Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to a new video. Today we're taking a look at protein and how it plays a crucial role in exercise. So get ready for a science-packed episode on why protein is crucial for your workouts. If that sounds interesting, follow along and let's jump right in. Before we talk about the science behind how we should intake protein and what it's all about, we should know that protein is actually one of our three macronutrients. So we have protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Protein being the building blocks of our muscles. It helps to repair damaged muscle, help to build ligaments, muscle, and tendons, and helps to support overall recovery. So it's an important macronutrient, and I feel like not enough people really value the true importance of protein.
Of the macronutrients, protein is definitely the biggest lever that you can pull.
But you mentioned 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Would you consider that a threshold that most people should try and achieve daily?
I see very few downsides to hitting that.
As you can hear, Dr. Huberman and his colleague Lane Norton, they actually recommend anywhere between 1.6 and 2.4 being the high end of how much protein you can take in during the day. If we translate that to a person of my weight, which is about 80 kilograms, I should at least take in 128 grams of protein, and on the high end I should be getting in 192 grams of protein per day. If we look at the amount of protein that you should intake during this period, this is quite high, 192 grams of protein. If we would translate that to only eating eggs, so imagine if our only protein source for the day were eggs, we should be getting around 19 eggs, which is an astonishing amount of eggs, and one route that you may not want to go to by just only eating eggs for protein. But I just wanted to suggest or show you how much protein this is in a day. So as we said before, protein is highly important for maximizing everything that is muscle, tendon, ligaments, and recovery related. And one of the key books or key aspects that the reason that has come to my attention is the book Outlived by Peter Attia. He also makes fantastic content on YouTube. I'll link to his YouTube channel here below. But he states that in the amount of muscle that a person can lose due to age is for the most part none. And this is basically an entire chapter which he starts by this sentence on why protein is so important. Not only for performance, but also for longevity. And that's why this entire book is about. It's about longevity. Also his podcast and his videos are. So if you want to know more about this topic, definitely look at his videos or his podcast, which I'll link below. I feel like most scientists are advising 1.6 grams or 2.4 grams per kilogram of body weight, but I feel like it doesn't always really take into account how or what type of body you have. How is your muscle percentage related to your fat percentage in your own body? I feel like this should also have an impact on the amount of protein that you eat. There is a different method to how to calculate how much protein you need, but this requires you to know your lean body mass. So your lean body mass is actually just the amount of muscle that you have, and there are several scales you can stand on which will give you that information, although it might not be extremely accurate on how much lean body mass you have according to the scale. It will, however, give you an indication of what it is, and you can actually translate that into the protein you should eat. You should multiply your lean body mass in pounds, so not kilograms, pounds, times 1 or 1.2 to calculate how much grams of protein you should eat. And I feel like this is a good indication on how much protein you should eat for the general public. So how do you get this much protein in during the day? Well, before it was thought that you could only get about 40 grams of protein per meal in the body, or at least you could take in more, but the body would not be able to use it because it would just go through the digestive system and not into the body. Well, it turns out that several studies have shown that you can actually take in a lot more protein. But the protein needs something to bind to, and those being carbohydrates, to be able to be taken into the body in a bigger amount. So if we have a meal that contains carbohydrates, but it also contains a lot of protein, and more protein than 40 grams, which is previously thought to be the maximum, then you can actually take in a lot more protein. And this also depends from person to person. Also the size of the person and the weight of the person also plays a significant role in how much protein you can take in one setting. It is recommended that you spread out your protein intake during the day. So not just eat everything in one session, because first, the body won't be able to hold such much protein in one session. And two, it's easier for the digestive system if you can spread your protein throughout the day. So tell me in the comments, do you prefer to eat a lot of your protein via protein shakes, or you prefer to eat them all via a meal? I would really like to know. Also, if you like this type of content, subscribe to the channel, like this video, so we can add more content every week, and I hope